It's Friday with DJ and Brent. And hello, DJ. You've got another fantastic guest today.
Well, and I'm not so bad myself.
Well, hey, that's a given, I mean,
Well, we're really privileged to be able to have someone that I've had in my life for a long time. And it's just as Sonya has grown in her careers, I've gotten to be her little buddy, and I cherish it because I'm always learning something new from her. But Sonja Gross is with TextDot, and she's a wealth of information. And every time she does an interview on TV or radio, I love listening to her because I'm going to learn things. And sometimes I find out that the pet peeves she's mentioning are the same pet peeves I have.
oh,
But there's so much going on with TextDot, and she makes it interesting, and she gets out and she drives the roads. She can tell you what's going on, how much it takes to make a quart of concrete or something like that. So,
wow.
all of her home recipes, I'm making this stuff up as I go along.
Well, she's got a great voice. She's smart, and she's pretty too. Can't beat that. How you doing, Sonya?
Oh, you're already my favorite host ever.
Hey, it's easy when it's true. Tell us what's going on with you. I mean, I love the people we're meeting here in Amarillo, and yet another great person and another great organization. Catch us up, Sonya.
Well, we're about to hit construction season. I've been in construction or pre-con meetings, as we like to call them, for the last couple of weeks. And so we have some big projects that'll be coming up between now and June. I'm like, why are we having pre-con meetings for construction projects that aren't starting until June? And well, there are always reasons. We won't go into the nitty gritty, but there's always something going on. It's never a dull job.
Wow. Wow. Now, how did you get hooked up with DJ? I mean, you obviously have a history together.
Fate. No, my career started many moons ago in radio, and I was studying journalism in school, and a small town radio station in Thomaston, Georgia that I worked at had a newscast where I would read what the news director / station owner / CEO dude would write. And I thought, oh, this can be a career. I could take my journalism into radio and make a career out of this. And so the first part of my career was in radio news and then television news. I've also worked at newspapers. And then eventually I thought, I want to be one of those big shot money making PR ladies, and did that and found out that it's just more work with less money, same as radio, television, and newspaper. And just plodded along in life until my husband, who is a native Texan, I held him hostage in Georgia for about 7 years. And all he ever did was talk about how much Georgia stunk compared to Texas. Everything's better in Texas. So 17 and a half years ago, we moved out here to shut him up. And he was right. Texas is better. And I love it here, and worked at the Amarillo Globe News. And when I left there, I went to work at Amarillo Club, which is a private dining club. And that's when I was introduced by a former Globe News coworker, Laura, to DJ to get involved in a lead group, the Exchange Association that DJ leads around town here. And that's how I met her. And, no matter how hard I try to shake her off, she's still right there. I'm kidding. I love you.
Well,
I love you too.
The radio thing doesn't surprise me, and the journalism thing doesn't surprise me either. I didn't know that, before we started recording, but I thought, man, what an incredible voice. But you know what? And I'm so glad that you met DJ. And DJ's fun. She's sweet. She's just adorable, and everyone loves her that I know. But the reality is, DJ is very, very intelligent and funny and professional with her comedy and her radio. And I'm really impressed with DJ. Some people that have that kind of experience that both you and she have, tend to really throw that around and all that. I can already tell you're not one of those. You're very personable and warm-hearted. And then, of course, DJ, underneath the surface of the sweet and funny and lovable is a very, she's a successful business lady, and she's very, very sharp. And I'm honored to be associated with her, and now with you, Sonya.
I would like to echo that. And, she said she's learned so much from me. I can say the same thing for her. She a lot of times has to have prayer sessions with me when I want to blow my top, and really keeps me on the level. And I appreciate that so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And actually, y'all have been together in person before because you were both at the KGNC 100th anniversary last year. And that's when I first met Brent face to face. I just felt like I was meeting a rock star. And
for sure. I mean, what else could you be thinking?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're making me turn around. I'll pay you both what I owe you, like right after this,
Rock and roll.
Well, and you did me so many favors because you were recording. Both of you were recording that day. That was a very special day. But Sonia, tell us what your position is with TxDOT and how long you've been there now, and your highs about it. I love to hear you talk about TxDOT. I really do. I think it's interesting when you explain it.
Well, I've been here for 6.5 years. I'm the public information officer for the Amarillo district. And what that means is TxDOT, it's a huge agency that covers the entire state of Texas. And we're divided into 25 different districts. So I'm assigned to do all the public information and media requests for the Amarillo district, which covers the top 17 counties of the Texas Panhandle. We have about 370 employees. Some of them are engineers that are designing projects, but a vast majority of them are our maintenance crews, the guys that are out there in the dust storms repairing signs, helping respond to wrecks, assisting law enforcement officers, and the ones that get out there and spread the brine like they're doing this week in anticipation of some more winter weather. And if we get winter weather, they're out there plowing. So don't crowd the plow. If you ever hear that, you probably heard it from me or another TxDOT PIO. So it's a great employment opportunity for people. If you're looking for a great stable job, go to texdot.gov/careers, find the city you want to work in, and I guarantee you'll find some great opportunities and some summer internships too. So if you've got young college kids that are looking for some summer internships, this is a great place to start.
DJ, she could read the back of the cereal box, and I think I'd be excited to hear it. I mean, Sonia, do you find that in your dealings with people, the fact that with your experience of speaking on radio and being able to articulate your feelings and your thoughts, that's got to be an incredible gift. I mean, that organization really is blessed to have you. Do you find it easier to accomplish your goals when you're able to communicate the way you have in radio and media?
Well, I appreciate that, Brant, but the real challenge is being careful about the words I choose, especially before working at TxDOT. And TxDOT's the longest I've ever worked anywhere. You know how radio people are. We hop here, we hop there. Same with TV. I am a hopper, but the fact that I've been with TxDOT for 6.5 years does speak volumes for TxDOT. And before that, I was at the city of Amarillo as their communications. They didn't give me the title of communications chief, goddess of all things PR, like they should have, but they were lucky to have me for 4.5 years.
Yes.
But in these positions, I've worked in private dining. I've worked in corporate communications at a hospital. And so you have to be very careful about what you say, because especially when you're being recorded, what you are saying can always be taken out of context and be used against you. It's just like your Miranda rights are being read to you. Right. So the key, moving from radio and television where you were just telling the story, you've got to be very cautious about how you tell the story, because you're also representing a large agency and you've got to protect that and make sure that you're using the correct words to convey the correct message at the correct time to an audience that isn't always forgiving.
That's a good point. This day and age, you can say everything right and still be canceled or still be, this recent thing with Don Lemon. I know we don't want to go on that, but basically with CNN, he just quoted Google and he was ostracized. Of course, I don't agree with what he said. With probably anything that he says, but all that to say
is true. Look it up on Google.
Yeah, look it up on Google. I mean, Google's the authority, right? I'm thinking, well, what if you're upset at what he said? Why don't you cancel Google? Who knows? That might be a good thing for some. But all that to say is it's so important to communicate properly, like you said, and to run with those who do. That's why I love the positive, upbeat vibe that DJ has with Welcome Partner, and when she goes on the chat. And DJ, I know you didn't plan on us bragging about you today, but you know what? It really doesn't matter who you run with and who you communicate with, and the channels that you do. DJ, have you been doing any work with Sonia with Welcome Partner?
Yeah, well, we post her press releases for her, and whenever she has an emergency come out, we put it on our Facebook. We do things like that, and she's very much a part of my life personally and professionally. One of the things that I wanted to brag about Sonia for is that since she's been with TxDOT in particular, people send their reporters out. The different stations do. They'll send out their reporters, and she really does coach them and encourage them. And if they don't show up on time, if they don't do what she guides them into the right direction about how you handle things, what to ask and so forth, because she's been in their shoes. And also her husband Wade, he works at Hodgetown sometimes in the summertime, right?
If you want to hear a good voice, let me introduce you to my husband.
Hey.
He's a public address announcer for the Amarillo Sod Poodles, and that has gotten him some gigs working at his alum. I can't say that word.
Alumni.
Alumni at WTAMU, so West Texas A&M University. So he, in fact, got to go down with my father-in-law to see him, or hear him, I should say, announce a softball game last Saturday.
Wow.
So he's all over the place, in addition to his normal job that pays the bills.
There needs to be a support group of all of us radio people. but you know what though? I mean, it's really helped me, and I know it's helped DJ. I know it's helped you, Sonny. Obviously, it's helped your husband as well. So important to put out some positive things right now, folks. A lot of people out there need encouragement. A lot of people feel beat up out there, but folks, you're not alone. And everything you've been through is for, I believe, such a time as this. But such a great person to meet, DJ and Sonia. It's great to talk to you a little in person too. I look forward to the next time, the next networking breakfast.
Same here.
Thank you. I love you both. I do.
You're welcome, partner. Love you too. We'll see you next time, folks, on It's Friday.